Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and oh my gosh, we have so much news, because of course we do, because the TAFU conference happened whilst I was away on holiday in Canada. So we've got a lot to talk about. First we're going to start with the Season 6 synopsis, then the Season 7 synopsis, then the finale synopsis, the finale trailer, although we're not going to analyse all of it because there's some scenes from Queen of the Dreadstone, the Dirty Fires, we'll just skip over those. And then we have some extra images that are from the finale. So we're going to go over everything. This video is not going to be able to put all the images in order just because I'm editing from my phone, because I finally worked out how to do that. So that will wait until I am home, but I'm going to be home well enough time for the finale to make 3 videos for you all, so don't worry about it. So, Season 6 synopsis is what we're starting with. It's all to go through. So it translates to, despite Monarch Daddy's disappearance, things haven't gotten easier for Ladybug and Cat Noir throughout Season 6. Unaware that Lila is hiding behind the mask of the new Butterfly Miraculous holder, the heroes continue fighting tirelessly against new akumatized villains while trying to learn more about their new enemy, unsuccessfully so far. But the end of Season 6 may finally reward their efforts. In these final unreleased episodes, Ladybug and Cat Noir discover the full extent of the supervillain's powers and, with that, the magnitude of the threat she poses. They then put new strategies in place to defend themselves while pushing the enemy to reveal herself. However, these risks will have immediate consequences for Ladybug's inner circle. So this whole synopsis is obviously like a summary of what's happened this season, with that final bit being directly about the finale. So what new strategies these are going to be, I don't know, but now we have the Season 7 synopsis. In the first episodes of Season 7, Marinette's personal life is shaken. She discovers new allies she can rely on and talks more openly than ever before. Unfortunately for her, she also learns that some people around her are not who they claim to be, and might betray her at their first opportunity. At the same time, her relationship with Adrien takes a new turn. No longer able to bear hiding more and more secrets from him, Marinette decides to reveal the unthinkable to her long-time love. So I do feel that this synopsis definitely confirms that the season will end with Marinette not telling Adrien the truth about his dad. Which, to be fair, I expected. I think Alia knows, which I feel like the trailer does confirm, which we'll get to in a minute. But I feel like it confirms that Adrien will end the season not knowing, which I'm fine with. I didn't think he was ready to find out anyway. But I'm definitely intrigued what it means about the other people not being who they seem. Is that about Agley? Definitely. There were also some other details released. So Season 7 will premiere this year, we know. There's going to be no Miraculous World soon, so not in this year either. So I would assume the Rio special's been pushed back. And the Tokyo special TV show, I can't remember for the life of me if it was meant to air this December or next December. Can't remember. And also in the announcement trailer from TAFU, ignore the man, I don't know who he is, it confirms that the Season 6 finale is directly connected to the beginning of Season 7. So I would think very much how Season 4 and Season 5, the very end and beginning, are connected. So now let's get to the trailer. I will link it down below, but I bet you've all seen it before me. It's just because of the time difference. I'm in Canada right now, if you don't know. Which is why we got all these spoilers. So Marinette's led on her bedroom floor, and she's like, yeah, I can't do this. I've got too many secrets. I'm so paranoid. Adrien calls her. Marinette declines the call. She's just like, I can't do this anymore. And then we have this fantastic scene with Alia. This is the scene I was talking about where I feel like Alia is aware of what's going on. She's like, it's not up to you to decide what to hide from people. So I definitely think this could be the scene where Marinette finally confides in Alia what she's been hiding. However, Alia is not very happy with it, as you can tell by her facial expressions, and she leaves. We then have the scene of Marinette and Adrien says like, oh, I understand why you're mad at my father. I think perhaps this might have been like leading on from the end of Sadanansi, and maybe Marinette has decided instead to tell Adrien about how his father treated her. For example, in episodes like Pretension, that would explain why she's not feeling the greatest about it. So I don't think she actually tells Adrien in the finale. I think she tells Alia, but not Adrien. But then we have Tom and Sabine, and this was so intriguing. They're like, oh, who's in the spare room? She sounds really scared, and Marinette runs to the spare room. I'm assuming it's Lila. However, this next little section, I'm a little bit confused on this thing. Marinette transforms, unless this is from a different episode and I just don't recognise it. She looks really happy. I don't think this is going to be a happy episode for her transforming. Cat Noir also transforms. And then we have Ladybug avoiding this, I'm pretty sure they're an akumatized villain. And I'm not sure if it's going to be from Secret Protocol or Nemesis. I'm verging towards Nemesis, since I'm pretty sure Marinette's uncle is akumatized in Secret Protocol. But I do think there's more going on than just that. But they're basically like honestly like a flying stone statue. Not quite like a gargoyle, they look quite human. and they have this laser coming out their eyes. Is this like to reveal the truth or something? Maybe. I'm not sure. I got a couple comments asking if this was a lie Miraculous under the last video. I don't think it is. I think they're an akumatized villain. We then go to, I'm pretty sure it's from Secret Protocol, with the pineapples, with Ivan and Nino running along the roof, and Ivan is full of the joys of spring as he gets attacked by pineapples, and we also see Marinette with some more pineapples. We then see this stone Akuma villain on Marinette's balcony, which is worrying. I am assuming Chrissy Pop has Center there. And now we move on to the extra images. So, Lila sees Marinette's distraught or whatever. I don't think this is from Heartfixer though. I think. I'm pretty sure it's not from Heartfixer. Please say it's not. And then we have more images of the stone figure sending out the was it the anti-Kumas? I can't remember. And they pretty successfully hit Cat Noir, which is scary. We then have Ignore the Man in the corner. This was just the way it was taken. Pretty sure it's from Secret Protocol of Ladybug with Kung Fu, who you can see in the back pretty clearly. We have Marinette getting akumatized, or like the start of the Akuma. I don't think she will be akumatized again this season. She doesn't look as upset as she did in Heartfixer, which is why I don't think it's from there, but I could be wrong. I just haven't seen it in a while. And this next little bit is of Ladybug and Cat Noir in their metro station with the rest of the Miraculous, and I'm assuming this is them trying to discuss the strategy that I mentioned in the synopsis, and they all kind of form this lineup where they're all glaring at the camera, although notably Felix is missing, but that might just be because he's in London. I don't necessarily think anything bad has happened to him because he's Felix and he has too much plot armour. We then have more of the scene of Marinette and Alia. Doesn't look good for their friendship. I am expecting them to fall out at the end of the season. Then Marinette's uncle arrives from the start of Secret Protocol. I don't think they knew he was coming. Marinette and Sabine both look pretty surprised at that. And then we have more of the scene of Adrian and Marinette. Again, I don't think he's going to find out in the finale. And then we have Marinette running up the stairs like she's a crazy person. I'm assuming it's something to do with the person in the spare room. Have they gone into her room to try and find her 5 million diaries that confirm she is Ladybug? Why aren't you burning them? And just as I thought I was done, I wasn't. I literally finished editing. I was like, I'll just check Twitter just in case. Gloob. Of course they did, because they can't be left out, so I'm assuming they have access to the final episode since they released this, but it's basically a very, very short clip. So it's Marinette on her balcony just holding a picture of her and Alia. Quite clearly she's crying, you see her teardrops on it. It looks like she basically screws up, then rips the picture, but very notably she ends the trailer in that like I don't know what to describe it, curled over position, let's call it. That kind of starts that Akuma sequence. So is this confirming she's akumatized? Maybe. I'm not sure if she actually follows through with the Akuma, or maybe just starts the Akuma sequence, you know, and then breaks out of it. A bit like, you know, Sabrina did, for example, earlier this season. I'm not sure. Is possibly Marinette the stone gargoyle, which is why she goes to Marinette's balcony? You know, does she set off from there because she's akumatized from there? Also, maybe. I'm a little bit unsure on that. But also we see Ladybug at the same time. So is that Ladybug an illusion? Or is it... I don't know. Anyway, I think that's everything. They better not release anything else. I've got things to do today. I'd love to know what you think of this, and I will see you in the next one.